back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. Well, life can change pretty fucking quickly, can't it? The winds of change, they blow to their own whims. That was probably enough to lose a couple of dozen listeners, wasn't it? If you were a listener and you were just hanging in and you were like, alright, this cunt, I'm starting to get fucking over this cunt. I'll give him one more fucking chance to say something funny, otherwise I'm out. And then he turns it on and hears, the winds of change, they blow to their own whims. It's like, what the fuck is this cunt on now? Start drinking again, you fucking loser. Anyway, life does change quickly and unannounced and unexpectedly. So, we've been applying for exemptions to travel to India for the last couple of months or however long it's been. And just rejection after rejection just kept on rolling in. No explanation, just your application has been rejected. Fucking send something else in if your circumstances change. And so we just kept on applying and kept on getting rejected. By the way, we're doing this because we're not allowed to leave the fucking country in Australia. You're not allowed to fly out of Australia. How fucking weird's that? I suppose there's a lot of Australians stuck overseas that are trying to get back and they don't want to add to the backload of fucking stranded tourists. Now that I think about it, that actually makes sense. So they're letting very few people leave the fucking country. Anyway, we kept on applying and we finally got a fucking exemption to travel. So we are able to fly to India now, but it's not as simple as that because there's no fucking flights leaving Australia. There's one fucking repatriation flight from Sydney to Bangalore on March 26th. And that's it. That's the only one we can catch because the exemption only lasts for 2 months. So from the day we got the exemption, we have 2 months to leave the country. Otherwise, the exemption is void and we're stuck in Australia again. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've been wanting to get out of this fucking country for the last 9 fucking months. No, year. Make it a year. It's pretty much a fucking year. And when my wife showed me that fucking exemption, I wouldn't call it a fucking smile that was on my face. I was like, oh, fuck. India, we're going directly into the belly of the fucking beast. We're going from Australia where there's no fucking COVID. There's like 1 case here and everyone has to start wearing their mask again. If you get 1 case here, it's mask. So if you get 10 cases here, it's going to be lockdown again. So I don't want to fucking go through another lockdown here in Australia. I will fucking be suicidal if I get locked down again. And I can just see that fucking happening during winter. I can see some sort of fucking weird surprise outbreak and everyone's locked down for the winter again. And I'm fucking not interested in that at all. But on the other hand, we're going to the wild, wild fucking west of COVID-19. Every second cunt you walk past who's going to be spitting and coughing, they're going to have COVID-19. Luckily, I don't care about COVID-19. So I got over it real quick. But mentally, I had completely accepted the fact that I was going to stay in Australia for the foreseeable future. No end to it. And so had my wife. So I had organised a festival show for the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. I had organised some live podcasts. I had organised some other shit. So there's a few people I'm going to be letting down. And I'm going to be letting them down tonight when I see them. I haven't told them yet. I'm going to have to break the news to them. They're not going to be fucking excited. John Doerr and Izzy Ali, I'm sorry. But the fact of the matter is, my wife needs to get to India. She needs to be around family. It's just been me and her in a house with a newborn baby and a 4-year-old for like a year now. And that's just too much for Indians to handle. Indians are fucking family orientated. They need like 50, 60 people around at all times, especially with a newborn around. My wife's mum was meant to be here, the aunties. There's meant to be fucking family around, helping out, doing shit. Mainly taking the heat off me, you know. But every time the exemption got rejected, my wife took it hard. Like real fucking hard. Like there was hope, and then the hope just got dashed every time. And you could see a little bit of her spirit dying each time that fucking rejection came in. So now it's going to be a hectic fucking rush to get everything sorted by the 26th of March. I'm moving out of my place. We're getting rid of it. We're selling all our shit. Terminating the lease, selling the car. We're fucking out of here. For 6 months minimum. I don't even think they'll let us back in the country in less than 6 months. But that's it. This little phase of my life is fucking over, and I'm just trying to come to terms with that as well. You get comfortable in your own little fucking nook, don't you? I mean, I'm comfortable here. That's why I was nervous, because I'm comfortable here, and I could easily ride out another 3 or 4 years in this apartment. Not much going on, just doing the same old shit again. But it's good every 3 to 4 years just to fucking take your life, pour some petrol on it, and just fucking strike a match and throw it in there. Burn it all to the fucking ground. That excites me. I'm not even going to have a piece of furniture when I leave here. By the 26th of March, I'll have nothing. I'll have a bag and a box full of books, and that's it. That's exciting. So it's going to be at least 6 months, maybe a year in India. But once I'm out of this country, once I'm in India, I can travel anywhere I want. I can go to England. I can go to Ireland. I can go to Scotland. I can go to the US of A. Hopefully, and this is what I fucking hope, once it gets to summer in all these places, you guys are going to fucking open up. And then Le Boyle, might stroll into town and do a couple of open mics in front of 4 people. Canada as well. I'll fucking come to Canada. But if everything's open in these places, there's nothing fucking stopping me now. But yeah, 6 months to a year in India. But I plan on coming back to Australia to do the full festival run in Adelaide, Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. I'm going to come back and do all those comedy festivals at the start of next year. So keep that in mind. But don't worry, I'll be telling you all about it every day leading up to it. So that is that. On the 26th of March, I'll be leaving Australia to go to India. And that is going to be fucking interesting. I'm going to be like a fucking anthropologist there. I don't know what the fuck is going to be going down in India. My wife's sister's getting married as well. That is one of the major reasons we're going to. So there's going to be a big fucking wedding somewhere. So anyway, that's it. The winds of change blow on their own whims. Or is it blow at their own whims? I don't know, but I'm fucking excited now. When I first started this podcast, I was still umming and ahhing about it, but now I've sort of psyched myself up. That's what this podcast is good for, to talk shit through, to figure out how you're really feeling, or just to change your fucking mind. Anyway, that's it. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around, and I know a lot of you do that, and I thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. And thank you to everyone who gives me an Apple rating. That's very helpful. Because if I ever want to get guests on this podcast, like high quality guests, it's good to see a few fucking ratings. Like, hey, Elon Musk, you cunt, do you want to come on my Quitting Booze podcast? And he looks it up and there's like 12 fucking reviews and most of them are calling me a cunt. He's like, yeah, Boyle, I'll come on. We'll smoke weed. So it's good to have some fucking Apple ratings up there. So I appreciate that too. And fucking add me on Instagram. I'm not even at 800 fucking followers. I try and tell people I've got this podcast, it's got a lot of listeners. Then they look at my Instagram, they're like, you've only got 797 fucking followers. Shut up about your podcast. And I'm like, they're drunks. They only get fired up when they're drunk. When they're sober, they don't want to fucking interact with the world. They like to hide in the shadows. So those of you who are hiding in the fucking shadows, at least make a fake Instagram account and fucking follow me on Instagram. Or Facebook or something, but I'm going to put up more shit on Instagram. I think I've said that like 90 times in the last year and a half. But anyway, that's it. Yeah, fucking hit me up on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you the fuck later.